look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
Because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
And paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Renna really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Anything in armor is all! I'll punch that gun out of your hand! I'll tear you apart! Burn it out!
Lock, get toasty!
Burn strike!
Firmament render, now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
A free
I'll finish you here and now! You're denied! Talon Hurricane!
Divine Strike!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I won't forgive you!
My
Gunslinger around here.
Engaging! First strike! You're mine! Take this!
Let me help.
Do it! Totally!
In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! Its armor's too strong! Be my guest!
Hear my
Here I come! It's over! You're mine! It's over!
Freeze Lancer!
Eat this! I'll tear you apart! I can carve through armor! My steel strike!
Yeah! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Everyone hanging in there?
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Let the marksman handle
Here I
it.
come!
This one's mine.
Dark can't get out of this!
These ones can run rings around us.
You picked the wrong fight!
Do it!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Now! Damn it! Too fast! Hang back! I'll trip it up. I owe you one. It's over!
None
Here I come!
Raging storm! Puddle! Red!
Here I come! Watch this! Not the shot!
Flame! Reload!
Nothing!
Thunder
Take
Wheel!
it! It's over!
Back into the fray! May it all
Take it!
you apart! To shreds! Into the shadows!
No escape!
Do it!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Get lost!
For my lord! I'll smash you! My
It's
hero!
weakened!
This ends now!
I'll have to take my revenge on you!
This one's all mine!
I'm on a roll now!
You picked the wrong fight!
Denied! Now! Corruption!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Here I come!
Thunder
Do it! Take this! Totally!
Raging cascade!
In an instant! Impact clock!
There's always room for improvement.
Gotta break through! You've got spirit!
With the marksman
Take this!
handle it. This one's mine!
It's over!
Dance in the
Take
wind!
this!
Air
I won't show you any mercy! Now you'll learn! You picked the wrong fight! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Now you see what I can do! Here I come! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummel it to me! You're finished! First strike! Now it's dead! Here I come! It's over! Take this! First strike! You're finished!
The earth throbs in pain.
Strike! Swallow dance! Strike! This one's all mine! Ignite! Take this! First strike! You're finished! You're mine! You're no further!
I'm on a roll now!
No escape! Swallow dance! You're mine!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! I can feel my power growing! be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Raging Storm!
Finish!
Where are you going?
They really don't give up, do they?
Shattering the mind!
Pieces!
Attack
Hard
time!
shield! Confiscated!
Finish!
Firmament Razor! Lunar Corruption!
Nothing gets by me!
Do it! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
And a Raging Storm! Here goes! Now!
All yours, Kisara!
I need to be stronger.
Little help!
The rebel! Eat this! Damn it! Take this! No further!
You'll pay for what you did!
Got you now!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Not a chance! Come back, will ya? Talon Hurricane! Evil Fly! You're finished! Eat this! Strike!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
On your mind!
You're
Finish dance!
Glacier Spear.
Armor won't save you! Escape!
Freeze Lantern!
Ready to go! Talon Hurricane! Denied! It's over!
Here goes!
Present
Confiscated! I'm all stuffed up!
Eagle! Take
Tail,
this!
tear you to shreds!
Take this! Here I come! You're finished! It's over! Prepare to be sealed! Eat this! No further!
Light Astral Raging Cascade!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Right, here goes! Here I come!
Focus
Last shock! Rising
We'll have no mercy!
It's over! Swallow can! Strike! Fall back!
I can handle it! Far enough!
Raging Storm!
This one's all mine!
Photon Blast!
Ignite!
Anything more is over!
This one's mine.
Now! I'll smash you! You're mine! My shield is
Who
over!
wants to die next?
Mission! Here I come! We're not finished! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Well then, let's keep moving.
of fury!
Here I
I'll
come!
be saving
You're
this one!
finished!
Burning strike!
Take this! Plasma shock!
Witness the fury!
Rising
Reload!
Falcon!
Photon blast! Mega ray!
I'm not done!
Eagle unsubject! Hear me!
Too
Flame of
fast!
fury!
Stand back.
Burning strike!
I'll trim it up.
Far enough!
Here I come!
Ranger!
Plasma shock!
Lunar collision!
It's on!
The wind!
It's over! Carve through armor! Ignite!
Dragon
You're
shield!
mine!
More missile pile!
Take this!
Now!
It's over!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
My turn!
And Lunar
You're
collision!
finished!
Where that came from?
Take
Lightning
this!
Genesis! Thunderblade!
In a bind, I'll finish you
You're
here and
mine!
now.
You're finished!
Bloody!
You're mine!
This one's mine! Do it!
It's over! Shield!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With this, I can become even stronger!
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zugals the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here.
What is this?
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
Get lost!
Got you now! I'm going in! The rebel! It's over! Why can't they just sit still? Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
You're finished! It's almost too strong! Now split it open! Be my guest! Ignite! You're mine! Take this! You're finished!
Now or never.
Long! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Not a chance!
Blazing storm!
I'm not done!
Fierce darkness!
can do.
Ice tornado!
Give it up! Take this!
Divine
Plasma
strength!
shock!
By the power
Here
of
I come!
In a bind, the enemy wields arc too.
We'll soon see about that!
It's over!
Now I'm in the groove.
No escape! Plasma shock!
I never miss!
It's over! It's on!
Win!
Eat dirt!
It's over!
You won't make a fool of me! No escape! It's over!
Swallow dare!
You're mine!
Astral energy! I know where that came from! Water! Hear my call! Dance in the wind!
Come wild! You're finished!
Flame of
Take
fury!
this!
Burning
Plasma shock!
I'll heal you all!
Here I come! Here I come! First strike!
Can't get away!
Take this! Lunar Dragon! You're finished! I'll keep you ready!
Lunar power!
Strike! Plasma shock! Shattering pieces!
Take that!
Talon
Now you see what all good
You
things
picked the
come
wrong
to an
fight!
end.
Why you... It's over! Long! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! It was a close thing.
It's a duel of the arts! By the power of water!
Leave the charges to me!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Finish! Here and now! All yours!
Where are you going?
Do it!
Astro...
That's my cue!
In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
Shallow dance!
Confiscated!
Quiver dragon!
Corruption!
You're mine!
Win!
Lightning command! Do it! Thunder blade! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Right, here goes! You've got spirit!
Spirit flare!
Already!
Natural energy!
Take this!
A shootout between blade and fist!
It's over! You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! You're finished! No escape! Let's shock!
Healed!
Take this!
Let me help you saving this
No escape!
first aid!
Here I come! It's over!
Freezing! Storm!
Leave the charges to me! Now I'm in the
No
groove!
escape!
The marksman handle
Let's
this!
shock!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me help! First aid!
Hard up! Take this! That's
You're finished!
You're
mine!
Ready!
Thank
Over!
I owe you one!
Linger!
I'm on a roll now!
Arrow
This
healing
one's all
circle!
mine! I owe you one!
Laser spear!
nice
Pierce
while
the
it
evil!
lasted.
Freeze laser! Raging cascade!
You're mine!
By the power of her! Lightning blade! Cascade!
There! You're
Please
mine!
fly! I'll be safe!
I'm on a roll now! Now I'm in trouble!
Ah!
Too much to
Here
handle!
I come!
Vanquish charge!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
That's much better.
Here, let me help! First aid!
Burn!
Photon flash!
Here I come!
Use on light!
Swamp! Dance!
Raging cascade! Eagle assault! In here! I can handle it! To the front! Here, let me help!
Take this!
First aid!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! I'm not done!
This one's mine!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
You're mine! Let's
Saving
shock!
this one! Dragon Shell! Here goes!
Take Bolero!
Not on my watch! Healing circle!
I owe you one! This one's all mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Here's a healing art!
Take this! Not the shock! Not today!
Blow away!
You're mine!
Flame of fury! Burning strike! Water,
Take this!
hear my call!
It's over!
Thunder field! Raging cascade!
It's over! Here I come!
Lightning
Blast
orb!
the shock!
Lightning condemned! Healing circle!
You're finished!
I really owe you one.
Here I come!
Lunar corruption!
Can't get out of this!
Lunar corruption! Raging lunar blast!
Here I come! It's over!
Bullseye!
Death Blossom!
Take this!
Into the shadow! Let
Raging Cascade! Feel!
Take this!
I'll show you just how strong my arts really are!
Anything normal is all mine!
Raging Cascade!
Will this double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
That equip... should come in handy.
Sense one of your friends, Noodle?
A barrier. That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow. Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
What is this? This one's mine!
We're not finished! It's over! Take it! You're finished! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Will this help?
Now!
Firmament Render!
It's over! Take this! Slash the shock!
Leave the chargers to me!
Eat this!
It's time!
Do
Swing
it!
left! Light burst forward!
Radiant Genesis!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
It'll be a breeze.
Take this!
Get in, get out.
It's over!
In a bind.
Here I go! It's over!
Lightning Condense! Thunderblade!
Shock!
Hamming Flame of Fury!
This one's all mine!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Armor won't save
Do
you.
it!
You're mine! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Here I go!
My turn!
Vanquish Guard is over!
Damn it! Take this! Slash the shock! Sword! You're mine!
You require a hand.
Take this!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Here I go! Now!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Leave the chargers to me!
I see what, eh?
Never miss! Far enough! Confiscated!
Ignite!
You think that shield will save you?
Rip and tear.
Its armor's too strong!
Split
it open! Be my guest! Slash the shock! We're not finished! You're mine! You're finished!
Air thrust!
Light burst forward!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a chance! I'm not done! I'm not done! Slash the shock! I'm on it! Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! Strike!
Ready and ready. I'll finish you here and
You're
now.
mine! Slash the shock! It's over! You're mine!
It's time!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Do it! Air thrust!
Rigma!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Barely a blip on our radar.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
This looks nice and tough.
Take down their defenses! Got you now! On your
Confiscated! Mega Ray!
You're mine! It's over! We're not finished!
Raging Storm! Primed and ready! Eon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah. And the pummel is to me.
This one's mine!
Here I come! Now!
Sleep now!
Strike!
Tectonic
Order!
Stand!
Reload!
Here I come!
Raging Storm!
You're mine!
Tunnel!
It's on! Ignite! Light you! You're mine! I'll finish you here and now!
Lightning arm!
Rip and tear!
Lightning
Anything in order
corruption!
is all
Thunder blade!
I'm not done!
By the power of water! Searing blade! I can handle it! Far enough!
Rolling! Can't get out of this!
Thunder blade!
Dark blade!
Lunar corruption!
Strike!
Gemini aqua!
Swallow dance!
Searing blade!
Eagle assault! You're mine! You're finished! What did you
Lightning
do?
Gemini aqua! Annihilation!
Not today!
Take Let the Lordman handle this! Wind astral energy! Now!
I'm not enough!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Everyone hanging in there?
No choice! You got spirit!
Here's a healing arm! First aid!
I owe you one! You're mine!
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Now I'm real mad!
Here's evil!
Strike! I can do this all day! Here I come! You're finished!
I can handle it!
Anything in armor is all
Raging cascade!
I owe you one! Carve through armor! Take them quietly! It's
Here's
over!
a healing arm! First aid!
Not today!
Do it! Dopamine!
Now! Light burst forth!
Radiant denizen!
Now! Take this!
Water! Here I
Take this!
Thousand gales! Here you flame of fury!
Thunder dragon!
Glacial spear!
You're
Here's
finished!
evil!
Now I'm in trouble! It's over!
I can do this all day! You up.
You're mine! Thanks! Come on! Will ya?
This help? Gale force!
Here we go again! New escape!
Healing circle!
Take this! I owe you one!
Array!
Rip and tear! Win! What's this? Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here
The things come from
Let's
the
go!
Leave the target!
Pardon me! Here I come!
Healing circle! Hey, that's Raging cascade! Safe in here! Here's a healing arm!
Ignite!
I never miss!
Talon Hurricane! Here I come! It's over! Dragon! It's go
Here's a healing arm!
Here I come! Much!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Now or never.
Reload!
Armor won't! I'll finish you
Will this
right
help?
now! No further! Swallow dance!
Healing circle! Thunder field! Photon!
I owe you one!
Stop that! Annihilation!
Here I come!
Lightning
It's
in
over!
hand!
Take this!
I'll heal you
It's
all!
over!
Here goes! Here's a healing arm!
It's up! There! I owe you one!
Thunder field! Raging
Take
cascade!
this! It's over!
In here! Focus, Annabelle. You can't rely on yourself.
Don't be alarmed.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Do as I say!
You're
mine! Plasma shock!
Here, nothing gets by me! This one.
Burn!
None shall escape my judgment! More with that far enough! Eagle Photon! Lightning Attack! Thunderblade! Where are you going?
I'll explore!
Lightning Blade to the face! Mega Ray!
I'll see what happened there as you
Thanks,
crossed.
Kisara!
Shouldn't have done that. No, no further. I won't give in.
I'm on it! Talon Hurricane! It's on! Burn in hell! Here I come!
Firmament
You're
Render!
finished!
I'm only getting started! Arrow Sword!
This should do it!
Eagle
You're on! It's over!
Light Ash dance in the wind!
It's over! Do as I say!
Well, that freaking does it.
Wind Astral Energy!
Take that.
I owe you one!
That's much better.
Take
Raging
this.
Storm!
Armor won't save you.
Cyan, this one's
all
mine! Tunnel!
Ether!
Photon Blast! Will this help?
Struck! Plasma shock!
Damn it! Water, here my
It's
call!
over!
Shining
On your
Supernova!
track!
Raging Cascade!
I'll finish you here and now.
Here I come!
Freeze Lancer! Raging Cascade!
Dark Wind! Rising to the head!
Law, you alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Not on my watch!
This should do it!
Lunar
mine!
Gale!
Plasma shock!
Gemini Aqua! Dusty
Take it!
Nail!
Do as I say!
Rising
Falcon!
Wall! Healing Circle!
Dark Wind!
Gale
Talk
Force!
back, will ya?
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Lightning Orb!
This
Now!
one's all mine!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Here's a healing arc!
My turn!
I'm on it.
Burn in hell! Here I come!
Now! You're mine! Astral Energy!
Say no more. Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be? Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be some...
Get lost!
Take it! Now you'll learn! Dragon rocket! It's over!
Lightning raging cascade!
Shut up!
Glacier spear! Here's evil! May a thousand gales carry you to strike!
It's almost too strong.
Let it open! Be my guest!
Armor won't save you!
Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle! Lunar storm! Lightning denied!
This
Raging
one's all mine!
cascade! Magna ray!
Eagle fly! Burn!
Going for the stockpile!
You're mine! Slap the shot!
See what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
We're not finished!
Rip it down! Roll now!
Astral energy! Doubling!
Light burst forth!
Radiant citizen!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Little help!
You're mine!
Eat this! Lunar correction! I'll shoot them out of the sky!
Falcon! Crumble!
Raging
Take this!
storm! Here, let me
Aim
help!
for the weak spot!
First aid to the wind!
Take this!
In here!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Take it! Slap the shot!
This burning strike!
You're mine!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Lightning Falcon! Talon Hurricane! Dragon Swarm! Eagle Fly! Talon Hurricane! Prepare to be seized!
Raging
Can't
hurricane!
get out of this! You're mine!
Now you see what I can... I'm just
Into the wind!
Hold on!
Hear my call!
Eat
In
this!
here! If it's in the sky,
Take
it's
it!
mine! Where are you going? Raging
You're
cascade!
mine! Swallow dance!
Sleep now! Will this help? I'll be baby this way! Healing circle! Wind
I can
astral
feel you.
energy! More
Slap the shot!
Take with annihilation!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Okay! Talon Storm! Take this!
Lightning
Slap the
raging
shot! I have no limits! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this! Plasma Shock! First strike! Take this! Here I come!
Eagle of Soul! Talon
Plasma Shock!
Lightning Orb! I can handle it! More with that far enough! Lightning Lunar! Thunderblade! Laser Ray!
Ignite!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come!
By the
It's
power
over!
of water! Lightning Dash! Thunderblade!
No further!
Lunar Corruption!
Strike!
Dragon Aqua!
Dragon Force!
I'm ready!
Strike!
Glimmer I never miss! Faithful Arrow! Bowtie!
No escape!
Here, let me help! Darkness! Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil! Divine! Green Lantern!
You're mine! Yes! Plasma Shock!
Here I go! Dance in the wind! Art
It's
Seal!
over!
Not on my watch!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
You picked the wrong
Air
fight!
Corrupt it!
Here I come! It's over!
Leave the charge! Dance in the wind! Far enough! Air Lightning!
Take this!
Astrolabe!
It's over!
Leave now! I'm all stopped up! I'll be saving
Do it! Rising small! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Everyone's still in one piece? Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
One last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidria.
There she is! Almeidria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almeidria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Reload!
Here I come!
Here!
Here I come! It's over!
Right.
Dragon Sword! Here I come!
Like annihilate! Dance in the wind!
Nothing gets by me. Denied.
None shall escape my judgment!
Take this! Burn in hell!
War without
Take this! It's over! You're mine! You're finished!
Art sealed! Here's a healing art! Your dreams!
How dare you!
You're mine!
Now or never.
Raging sword!
In a bind?
Knocked out! Knocked out!
Evil fly! Lightning condemned! Healing circle! Back into the fray! Searing flame! Here goes!
Anything in armor is all mine!
I'll pick you up!
Stay
You're
away!
mine! You're finished! You're mine!
Leave the chargers to me!
One on this! Searing flame!
This one's all mine!
Healing circle!
Thanks!
I never miss!
voice throbs in pain.
Not today!
Can't get out of this!
I'm not done! Take this! It's over!
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
You're mine!
Then
It's over!
Here's a lesson.
You're mine! This first strike! I owe you one!
Dance in the wind.
You're finished! I'm on it! Take this! You're finished!
I'm ready and rare.
Take this!
Armor won't save you.
I'm not done! You're mine! It's over!
What's this?
Take this! It's over!
Not in your dream. Hear me, flame of fury. Dance in
This
the
one's all
wind.
mine! You're mine!
Throbs in pain.
You're mine!
Here's evil.
Where are you going? Then will
Take this!
Healing circle.
I owe you one!
Raging
You're mine!
Not
Take this! It's over! Rising Falcon!
Healing circle.
that spot.
Lunar blast. Almost stopped up. Annihilation.
Can't get out of this!
You're finished! First strike!
Think with your healing
Strike!
I'll heal you all.
This one's all mine! Burn in hell! I owe you one!
With hatred.
Glacial spear.
I really owe you one. Turn to
Free Lancer.
Armor won't save you.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready. Lightning. Wind astral energy. Here's a healing art. First aid.
I really owe you.
Force field.
This should do it!
Light
Here I
astral
come!
in the wind and
You're
wind
finished!
the gate. And this one's mine. Helen Hurricane. Just what the doctor ordered. Back into the fray. Lightning
You're finished!
raging cascade. Spread the red. Into the wind.
Hold nothing back!
Here.
Blast the shock!
Inspiration.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art.
I owe you one!
Gale Force. Will this help? Healing circle. Thank you. Raging storm.
You're finished!
Eagle Fly.
Here I come!
Take this!
Tunnel. Photon
Armor won't save you.
Eat this! It's over!
Fine, not too long ago.
That should do it!
Air drop. Light astral energy.
I'm not feeling so great. This should do it!
Lightning orb. Healing circle.
Thanks! I owe you one!
I never miss. Water. Here I come.
You're mine!
Here's the evil.
Glitter Dragon.
In here.
It's
Free
over.
Lancer. I'll be safe.
Take this!
Here's the healing art. First seal. I'll be saving this.
Take this!
Mega Ray.
Denied. In a bind.
Thunderblade.
You're mine!
That's it with darkness. Healing circle.
This one's all mine!
Thank you. Here I come. Divine Shred. Hear me. Flame of fury.
I'll smash you.
Burning strike. Permanent render.
I'm on a roll now.
Arrow power.
Eat dirt!
Stay away.
Take this! It's over!
Hurricane. Right.
Take this!
Blazing red.
You're finished!
Tempest Whirl. I
Take
fly
this.
them.
It's
Take
over!
that.
Dragon Scout.
Tunnel. There. Got it.
Now I'm into
Mega
glory.
Ray.
Eagle
Another
Fly.
You're mine!
Light
It's over!
What's this?
Raging Cascade! Lunar Corruption!
Try and run.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I'll heal you all!
Slaves.
Sleep healing
You're
zone!
mine!
Raging Cascade!
They're attacking separately.
Can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on it. And take out the monster first.
Dance in the wind! Annihilation! Here!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah, take it away!
Tempest Wall!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Annihilation! Photon blast! Reload!
Here, let me help.
Vanquish darkness!
First aid!
Take this! You're finished!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike!
You will suffer! First aid! Let the marksman handle this! Lightning I never miss!
You're mine!
Take this!
Lunar corruption here!
No further!
Jedi seal!
Behold
Here I come.
my true
Not on my
power.
watch!
That looks bad.
Wits about you people!
I'm on counterattack! Annihilation!
Here I come!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Plasma shock! Burn!
Firmament resonance!
Denied! It's over!
Now I'm in the groove! Anything in armor is all mine!
You're mine!
I'll run you
This should
through!
do it! Take this!
Talon Storm!
Plasma shock!
Go get it! I'm out of ammo! Watch and wait!
I'll finish you here and now!
You're finished!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I come! Maybe stroke. Is this it?
I can hit I really...
Firmament
Here I
render!
come! It's over! I'm on it! Take this! Plasma shock!
In a bind?
Searing flame!
I can handle it! Denied!
I'll heal you all!
Swallow dance!
Wind astral energy! Lightning condense!
Here I come!
Ready! Will this help?
Ready and roll!
Not in your dreams!
Armor won't save you!
Healing circle! Lightning condense! Thunder blade!
Swallow
I
dance!
owe you one.
Here. The healing art! First aid!
You're mine!
Swallow dance!
Plasma shock!
By the power of water!
This time! Not today!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come! It's over! Here I come!
Here's the
Prepare to be
raging
free!
No further! I'm not done!
Lunar blast!
Crumble!
It's over!
Lunar corruption! This one's mine!
Get it!
Far enough! I never miss! More attacking!
Right! It's over!
Lightning condense! Thunder blade!
I owe you one.
Hurricane!
Take this!
Damn it!
Here I come!
Only I'd been more
over.
careful!
Plasma shock!
Lightning! Lightning condense!
It's over! Stunner!
Burning strike! Water!
Take it!
Take this!
May a thousand gales
Carve
carry you
through
away!
armor!
Burn in hell!
First strike! You're finished!
None shall escape my
Behold
judgment!
my true power!
Her Master Core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't! None shall escape
mine!
Hurricane! Arch shield!
Rip and tear!
Here I come!
I'm just getting started! The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
You're finished! Here I
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Will suffer!
take this!
That frickin' does it!
Not done yet!
Just try and run!
Better! Let the marksman handle it!
Behold my
Arch
true
shield! Not on my watch! I sworn it! I never... Vanquish darkness! Cyan instant!
Take this!
Ready and ready!
I can carve through one!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Feel pain!
You will suffer!
Raging cascade! Sleep now! I'll be ready!
You require a hand.
Ready to go!
Behold my
Here
true
goes!
power!
I'm lightning all day! I'm out!
Here we
Back
go
into the
again!
fray! Chinese
Here I
supernova!
come! Strike!
Lightning!
Coming
Get in the
live!
wind!
Shock! Ignite! Talon Storm!
Sleep now! I'll be...
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Eat this! Annihilation! Pathetic!
Stay away from my friends!
I can't lose!
You will suffer!
It's over! Lightning!
Can't get out of this!
It's over!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because You'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Genneth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
Shion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori. Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion! Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
You're mine! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Time to let it rip! Slap the shock! Rising Falcon! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Slap! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Take this! This should do it! Here I go! You're mine! You're finished! Take this! It's on! Eat dirt! Here I come! You're finished! Slap the shock! Rising Falcon! Take this! No escape! Strike! Take this! Take this! It's over! You're mine! It's over! Here I come! Here I come! You're mine! You're mine! You're finished! You're mine! Here I come! You're mine!
Eat dirt! Take this! You're finished! You're mine! No escape! Here I come! Here I come! It's over! Take this! Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Take this! This should do it! You're mine! You're finished! You're mine! Take this! Swallow Blade! Slash! Swallow Blade! Strike! There! Here I come! You're finished! You're mine! You're finished! Here I come! It's over! Here I come! It's over! Take this! You're finished! Here I come! Here I come! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! There! Here I come! It's over! Take this! It's over! Here I come! Slash the jump! It's on! Eat dirt! Swallow Blade! No escape! Here I come! It's over! You're mine! Not a chance! There! Strike! Here I come! It's over! Strike! Here I come! This should do it! Here I come! It's over! You're mine! Here I come! You're finished! Take this! It's over! Here I come! There! It's over! Here I come! You're finished! Slash! Dragon Swarm! Slash! Slash the shock! Dragon Swarm! There! Slash the shock! Dragon Swarm! It's on! Eat dirt! Dragon Swarm! Take this! It's over! Here I come! It's over! There! Take this! You're finished! Here I come! It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Huro senses an owl around here. Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on it.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Raven! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen. I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Xion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Xion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Xion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Xion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Xion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Xion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh? Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right. Great to have you back. Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zugo policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Raise your game! Is it hot? Just back it out again! I'll be saving this
Take
one!
this! It's over!
Oh!
Flaming
Now I'm
meteor!
real mad!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy blither! Holy
It's
red!
over!
Now for the big
Too back!
I'll stand back. I'll trip it up. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Totally! In an instant! Impact claw! Now! No escape!
Illuminate the dark!
I'm on it's almost too strong! Then split it open!
Be my guest! You're mine! You're finished!
In a bind? I can take this!
Take this! It's all mine! Take this! You picked the wrong fight! Take this! It's over! Here I come!
Not on my watch!
The power!
Who's next?
You're mine! Here I come!
I can carve through
You're
armor!
finished!
Holy
Make it rain! Kisara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.